and we could kind of. So, hey guys, welcome to episode of number 5 now.
Five.
Jesus. Oh my gosh. We on nutrition tips exposed number 5 already. Guys, I'm so excited that you're here. This is Father's Day for all the fathers out there. So I kind of dating this. So if you're hearing this 2 years from now, you know it was on Father's Day we record this. So today, like every other day, we're sharing with you a tip or strategy to help you along your weight loss journey. I'm making sure we are live on all, go live, boom. Oh yeah, so we are live on all the platforms. Um, Today we have no other than Daniela Guttel, a colleague of mine who's really versed in nutrition and is the big backbone of our nutrition team. And we are here just to give to you and give you a lot, as much as possible, to at least give you these small nuggets to make you see the possibility that it is possible that you could start losing weight, feeling great, having just a better quality of life, overall better health. That's why we're here every single day. But we love to hear from you. We love to hear your feedback, what you would like us to talk about or address. If you have questions, drop it in the comments and let us address them here live for you. We was even thinking about bringing some of you on to share your experience of what you have tried so far, what we give you like tips and strategy we present to you, not give you, we present to you for you to try. We love to hear your experience in it, and we within time we would like to bring you on to hear your personal experience along your weight loss journey, to share it with others and hopefully motivate someone else to push forward as well, because it's all about supporting each other along the weight loss journey. So with that said, long spiel, I introduced Danny, and Danny, what is the secret exposed today? I know what it is, but
I'm not gonna tell you.
I know what it is, but share
All
with the people
right.
what today's all about.
Yeah, sure. Good evening, everyone. And first of all, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. You are so important. Your children life and your partner life. And so my heart goes out to you today. Happy Father's Day. And yeah, I am also very much excited to give you a little recap of what has been discussed so far, what has been exposed so far, and kind of reveal the last secret to you. So, first of all, do you remember why I call them secrets? I call them secrets because they are overlooked, and we think that they might be too simple and too silly that they might not work. And so we tend to skip them and say, oh, how can that possibly work? And so we say, oh, no, I'm not going to do it because it's too simple. While actually, they will make practice those four so far, and the one that I am about to share in a couple of minutes will set yourself on a whole different level when it comes to your nutrition and fitness, whatever goal you have for your nutrition and fitness. First of all, they will make the diet industry look like so tiny and so kind of irrelevant, because by practicing this exposed secret or now like nutritional skills, you are equipping yourself with habits that stay with you forever and ever. Second, they kind of allow you to live a life that is, at least on the nutrition, fitness side, and wellness side, a little less stressful, because there's no need to worry about hitting the macro. There's no need to worry about not going over the calorie cap. There's no need to worry about any form of a restriction feeding window, because all you do is living your life and eating the food you love, knowing that you have a goal and you are equipped with the skills that are required to get there. So far we learned about the power of small and simple. Remember the example with the airplane? Yeah, we described in day number 1. Then we talk about how slow eating it's important and why it matters, why it helps you. Knowing sometimes how you eat is more important than what you eat. Just by eating slowly, you can lose weight. You keep eating whatever food you enjoy, like the pizzas, like the burgers, like all the food that you could eat every day on repeat, but eat it slowly and you will lose weight. So sometimes, most of the time, how we eat is probably more important or equally important at what we eat. So, and it's one of the most difficult nutritional skill to learn, whatever level of nutrition you are. 1, 2, 3, you're an athlete. While learning how to eat, oh my gosh, my camera is blurry. Learn how to eat slowly, it's difficult. Then we learn about the difference between hunger and appetite. I'm hungry because my belly is growling. I have appetite because I just love that food, because it brings up memory, because I am stressed. So I'm kind of feeding more an emotion than a physical need for food. Then we talk about how to stop eating for your goal. So that rule of eating 80% full, like eating like this, hitting the 7 on the spectrum, or the 8 of 9, or the 10, according to your goal. Learn when to stop eating so that you get to your goal faster. Then yesterday we talked about,
Could we refrain a little from the word stop and use something else?
what do you
Because
mean?
stop could be like really harsh, and it's not really saying stop like stop against a wall or something like that, but is a suggestion we're giving you as an approach to what you could do, or suggestion or opinion what you could do that have been working for other people. So it's not to say stop, because I know sometimes these harsh words can make you feel to rebel. So that's not what we really mean. Like you have to do this, but it's a suggestion of a certain approach that you could consider for you along your weight loss journey. If that makes sense, I don't know. I
Totally.
hope
And
it
my
did. Not
apology.
to you, but I hope for the other people listening. I hope
No, no, for
that
sure. My
makes sense. So
apology is if I used a word that may be triggering. That's not my intention, and my apology for that.
remember we watched. Yeah, remember. I don't know if you know the movie Lost in Translation. So the girl will say something else, and somebody hear it. So I hope that message didn't get lost in translation. That's why I try to stop. I try to see if I could make it
All
be.
right,
You
okay.
know. So
So
yeah.
we learn how eventually where to pause, or where eventually decide to step away or do something from your, like, on the spectrum of 1 to 10 fullness, like to eat according certain level of fullness so that you could reach your goal faster, or whenever you decide that you want to reach them. Then yesterday we talked about what to add to your plate. As here, when we talk about behavioral skills, learn behaviors, relearn behaviors, we are nothing about removing. We don't want you to remove from the plate. Eventually, at the beginning, and whatever stage of nutrition and fitness you are in, it will be nice if you add to maybe whatever you're already eating. Just add one more serving of protein, add one serving of vegetables, drink one more cup of water. Not asking you to remove or anything. Add, and that makes so feeling like so good. So whenever you put these four actions, four skills, you start repeating them over time, you will able to navigate kind of this journey that you are in, wherever level you are in. Because you hear the beauty of this nutrition skills is that you can start wherever you are and just make it a little bit better. There's no need to overall and just change everything and go big or go home. No, go big or go home, it doesn't work in the long term. So what is like the beauty of this is that you're learning something that you can implement little by little. Okay, so that will make you probably feel some sort of awesome, right? I think so. I hope so. And today we are talking about something different. Today lesson is a little different, and it's about something that is not really discussed enough in the nutrition world. It's not. But let me tell you, it's critical. It's critical because in order to get to point A to point B, being point B your goal, your wellness goal, your fitness goal, your health goal, it's important to kind of stay consistent, sort of. And the way now that we're introducing you to this thanks to this secret number 5 that is very critical and is so little known or so little discussed in the nutrition world, it will blow your mind probably, and it will make you feel at ease, right, on what you are already doing. So ready for it? Because I'm ready. First, I would say you don't need to be perfect. And we know this is repeated over time. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be perfect. There's so much messaging out there that said that you need to follow this to the T because this is a lifestyle. This is that's what you have to do. That's the food that you gotta be eating. That's the window that you have to be eat within. That's the numbers of calories that you're gonna be hitting. If you eat 10 calories more, oh my gosh, it's gonna be a mess. So then we are constantly bombarded by this barrage of messages that are very much they probably put us like down and feel that if we are not perfect the way that the mainstream or the influencers or the people that are already extremely fit and ripped want us to behave, we feel like, oh my gosh, I can't be doing this because look at the difference between me, the way that I look, the way that I feel, the way that I walk, and that ripped gal or guy on the internet that he's probably been eating healthy or taking whatever pills for 20, 35, 50, 40 years. So we tend to compare ourselves to the point that we think that we have to be perfect. We want to remove this today from the equation. Like, no, perfect is BS. That's what it is. Because we are human and we are living real life lives, and a life that is worth living has ups and downs, has days that are good, as days that are not so good. There are days that are interesting, and so we are living life. And not then, hey, let me tell you, but we are not really being, can we take a day off or a month off or 6 months off from being parents or being partners or being wives or being husbands and just say, oh, you know what, now that's the perfect, I'm going to create my perfect life, I'm going to live on the mountains for 6 months, and I'm going to come back with 50 pounds lighter just because I lived a perfect life. That's not going to work. It's not going to work in the real world because we have jobs, we have kids, we have a relationship, we have a family, we are whatever. So today, nutrition secret exposed number 5 is you are not going to be perfect, but you can be prepared. Yay! You are not going to be perfect, but you are going to be prepared. But you can be prepared. Ready for it? Because if you ever, and tell me if this resonate with you. Number one, have you ever had few glasses of wine on a girls or boys night? I did. Then do you have ever like went on a vacation and you indulge in the local foods and kind of like you felt that you wanted to try all the foods on the menus or on the buffet? And have you ever eaten 3 or 4 slices of cakes on birthday parties because they it tastes so good and it's your favorite? Or no, have you ever gone back for seconds because that meatloaf that your mom make on Sunday is so delicious? So like, I mean, it's part of life. We all did it. And we all keep doing it because we are human. And when we do these things, sometimes we are just human being human. That's the reality of things. Because we're not living in a perfect world, as I said, that you just take off and go and come back 6 months later at your ideal weight. No, is a day after day and after day in and out doing and improving a little bit. So that's why remove perfection from the equation. Remove it, just toss it out. But what you can do, you can be prepared, knowing that perfection doesn't exist, and perfection actually backlash you and put you like in a way that you're not ever taking action, or you get stuck into starting over and over and over because it can be perfect. But what you can do is be prepared. And tonight I'm going to share everything I know about being prepared so that, hey, you just enjoy life. Because let's be honest here, like birthday parties, dinners with coworkers, taco Tuesdays, mommy lunch on Sundays. I mean, they make us feel happy, right? They are fulfilling some one part of our of the health dimension, that is the social health, because we want to talk about that some point in one of the next lives that we are going with you. Is like talking about all the dimension of health. It's not just a nutrition and a fitness, but what about the social? What about the friends? What about the family? It makes you feel good, right? It makes you feel happy. So that is life. And so you want to enjoy life. That's why don't underestimate these 5 days with us and the skills that we uncovered, because they allow you to enjoy life. And also this, don't feel guilty if you enjoy social health, that is going out with friends and have family over and cook a lot of good food and eat it. So I'm going to dive right in because I feel that it's time that I share the backup plan. So, in order to be prepared, so you can be prepared, it means having a backup plan. And what do I mean by that? It means that, let me give you this example so you understand what I mean. Have you ever gone like on a road trip, and at some point you are driving, your husband is driving, or you are driving, and you say there's something that stopped the road. There's a car accident, there's a tree that fell, there's whatever. There's something on the road. What are you gonna do? Do you turn the car and go back home? I don't think so. You follow the detour signs eventually, or you find a way to overcome that obstacles or the accidents, whatever is stopping your road trip, so you can get to the destination. That's exactly what and how the back plan works and is all about. Because hey, whenever you there's something there, you can like decide, oh my gosh, no, this is not going to work. I'm going to go back home. And you can even say if you're being like trying to get healthy, you're being committed to your health and doing and eating better and exercising more and moving more often. Well, at some point you found this kind of roadblocks ahead of you. So how can you make this backup plan working for you? So now that you know your schedule, you know how your life works, you know how busy it can be. Just pause for a second and say, oh, look at this. What is coming up in the next 7 days? What is coming up for me? You can plan everything in life. I understand that. It's almost impossible, but you can have a rough idea of the main roadblocks, the main obstacles that could be there stopping you, preventing you from eating well consistently. So it could be, do you have like a big work deadline that means that, I don't know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you're not going back home for lunch. So, or you may have to skip lunch, or you know that you will have to work long hours. Do you have a friend's birthday celebration coming up next week? Maybe that you know there's gonna be so much yummy food there to eat, and you kind of start like being worried about what am I gonna do? Am I going? What is gonna happen? So do you have like soccer practice? Are you taking the kids to practice or something, and you know that you will finish late and the kids will be hungry, and so that you know that inevitably you probably will end up uh, go driving through that drive through and pick up dinner from there. So do you have like, as I mentioned before, is there any Taco Tuesday here with coworkers coming up? Or as I said early on, is it like this mommy Sunday lunch that you don't want to miss that, right? So these are just a little bit of possibilities, but that some examples to give you some materials to think about. But if you pause for a second and say, okay, let me think about this. Let me think what is coming up for me next week. Identify some of the roadblocks that might not be the perfect scenarios for you, but they are life. And when you have identified some of these scenarios, what you do in order to kind of complete this backup plan that make you prepared is for each roadblock, plan an alternative route. So once you know what is coming up, you also can prepare yourself with some alternatives, something that you can apply or you can pull from your sleeves and say, hey, this is what I'm going to do when that happens. You have a plan. So for example, so if you have you want to say
I have to
something?
interrupt you. I have to interrupt you.
Yeah,
Sorry, we have my good friends Tina and on. Woo, that's
I
like my
was
biggest
waiting for
fan.
you. Now we can start the party. Tina is here.
Correct.
Tina in the house. So happy. So we're saying when you have when you identify the roadblocks ahead of you, well, you can find alternatives. You can find something that to do instead or in addition to it. Okay. So what can be, for example, you have a birthday party coming up, and you know there's going to be a lot of food, a lot of alcohol. So you say, okay, I am going to that birthday celebration because I want to celebrate my friend. However, I commit to one drink. That could be one margarita, one glass of wine, but then I'm going to switch to sparkling water for the second, the third, and whatever. That is an alternative. You still enjoy, but you know that at some point, if you have a goal of losing weight, you know that Alcohol may, slow that process down a little bit. So instead of going for 3, 4 glasses of water, you enjoy one and then you switch with sparkling water with lime. That is planning. That is having a backup plan. Then it could be that there's a lot of food. You're going for Taco Tuesday with friends, with your coworker. There's going to be a lot of yummy food there. But what you're going to do, you know that you're going to order eventually a side of salad with all the tacos and all everything that you have. So you adding a serving of vegetables to the whatever yummy food you are eating. And you make sure that you eat that salad first, so you get your portion, your size, your serving size of vegetables in, and is having a back plan and is doing something that is better than nothing. That's a little bit. It make you feel awesome at the end of the day if you think about it. Then a next idea that is so good is this. You, for example, go and have a lunch or have a dinner or whatever.
Before you go through, let's just recap because people are coming on and they're just coming on a lot. So just to guess, quick insight is what we are sharing with you today is how planning ahead could help you to conquer your weight loss obstacles and actually for you to lose weight easier and more effective by just using that one new tip, which is planning ahead for when it comes to your nutrition or what you put into your body. So that's the whole topic today, and I hope you're able to get some form of nugget and you could apply it to your journey right now. So go ahead, Danny.
Yeah. So we say the next one, it could be that is a very nice tip is whenever you go to a restaurant and you order an entree, when the waiter come and get the order, right there, when he just take your order, you say, hey, you know what? I would like to have this entree, and half you give it to me now, but half you already pack it for me to go and you take it home. So whenever the food come to the table, you know that you can eat that. That's probably the serving size that are good for your goals, for your weight loss goals, and you don't feel guilty and then you overate. We know that sometimes like American portions might be a little bigger than other countries. So ask the waiter, say, hey, when you bring the food to the table, I want half of it. Half, you just pack it for me, and I'm gonna take it home. I'm gonna eat it tomorrow. That is a wonderful tip that you can use every time you go to the restaurant, and it help you not to make kind of feel guilty or anything. So, for example, if you're taking the kids to soccer practice, you're taking the kids to ballet, whatever. There's a lot of activities. There's summer camp. There's everything coming up, and you know that you're gonna finish late, and you probably have to drive to take the kids to McDonald's or get some burgers and fries that they want to eat. What are you gonna do? You can plan ahead and say, you know what? Instead of me waiting for the kids at the soccer practice or whatever practice and then being hungry and I want to eat the burgers and the fries, let me just cut some carrots and walk with some carrot stick and I'm going to eat it while I wait for the kids so that I'm not that hungry. I can buy the burgers and fry for the kiddos, but me, I'm going home. And I know home I have burgers patties waiting for me with a side of salad. That is planning, and then make you feel again super awesome about yourself because you are in control of what you don't let these circumstances like dictate your life. You are living life, but you are prepared, and that's what it matters here. So, for example, you can say this is like maybe more woman related, but it could be that when you have your period coming up, that craving for chocolate, it can come in strong. At least it happened most of the time for me. So I know that it could be strong. So what do? Well, get that chocolate, but instead of going with the milk chocolate, go with 70%, 80% dark chocolate. You still get the chocolate. Why are you shaking your head for? Well, this is woman talk. So there's you can be prepared. You still have that. You can still like feel that you have that comfort from the chocolate, but it's not the milk chocolate. There's a very high quality bar or a dark chocolate that you can eat without the guilt. Okay, so um, that's probably one more ninja tip that I want to share is that if you are in a situation that you did not expect, because life, as I said, you can plan, but you cannot really plan everything ahead. So if you are in that split of a second where something happened, you can ask yourself this question: how would, in order for you to make a decision that you are proud of yourself for the decision and you will not feel guilty afterwards. So it could be that you are in this whatever situation happening and you will say, if I say yes now, would that happen the future me? And the answer here is like, you know the answers. If the answer is yes, go ahead. If the answer is no, you have two possible choices. You still go with others no, but you still enjoy knowing that is some sort of consequence to this, but you know you're aware you chose to go ahead and do it. Or you say, no, this is not going to help my future self, and so you kind of say, okay, this is the answer. It's not going to help my future self. My future self is important, and so that I just don't do it. That it could be like a next level ninja tip here, asking yourself the question when something unexpected happened that you did not plan. Ask yourself, is this going to happen my future self, my 2.0 version of myself? And then you have a yes or no. And regardless of yes or no, you choose. And so that when you make a choice, you know that you made the choice. And so there's no need to feel eventually guilty or shameful or nothing like that because you made the choice. And that's good. So I think that I probably share for 32 minutes here. I want a long time today, but
Yeah.
I I felt that it was important to talk about this topic because nowhere in the, and you know that, and nowhere in the nutrition world that is very much known out there, the mainstream one is talked enough about this.
Yeah, it's true. Oh, it's more than just the nutrition world. It's just the overall health and wellness world. They don't really address planning ahead because planning ahead. With Danny touched on everything, but I'll just kind of bullet points the value of planning ahead and weight loss. It helps to reduce stress just overall because you already know what to expect, so you wouldn't be that stressful and you get stuck in a jam and you feel you're back against the wall, but you already had a plan. It helps you to be more proactive. So by you just starting to plan ahead, that proactiveness will start to kick in that it will affect other areas of your life as well. So just planning ahead helps to me to be more self-disciplined because you start to build a new habit, planning ahead. So one thing is affecting many other things in your life. So plan ahead, I think, just help you to just navigate through obstacles and those problems that you might encounter much easier. You're more sufficient, because you already plan ahead for all these potential obstacles and just for you to stay focused on losing weight. So that's in a nutshell what it's all about. And hopefully, hope you see that possibility how planning ahead could help you lose weight Yeah, just be mindful and just again, you don't have to be nothing exaggerate. You could start with one simple thing and just plan ahead for that. At the office, I have a client when she works for Google, and she every time she goes and she said, "Joel, there is a big tray of M&Ms and so much candies to eat." She said, "How could I?" So she started planning ahead, and she come with a whole little mixed nuts with raisins and stuff because she do have a sweet tooth, but she planned ahead so she wouldn't. Although she have the cravings, she adapt a new love for those sweet raisins and nuts and stuff like that, and she plan ahead for that. That's just a basic example, but it's you now knowing what to plan ahead for, because your life is different from mine. My journey is different from yours, so you'll be aware and start thinking ahead to plan ahead. For example, 4th of July is coming up right now, so it's like planning ahead for that. There's a ton of friends coming over. There's barbecue, curry queue, and all the queues in between happening, and it's fun time. How could you still plan ahead and still have fun at the same time with peers and colleagues and family and loved ones? So consider that, and I think you're on the way to that place you want to be. Healthier, you be more beautiful, you a body that you love and enjoy. So plan ahead. I think that was it for today. I don't know if you
Yeah,
want.
I think that is like more than the plan ahead that make you, what planning ahead really gives is kind of like first the sense of control, so you know what to expect, so it doesn't really, you don't get caught into something that say, oh, that happened, it's already happening. But
Yeah,
also
being
remove
organized, satisfying
remove
us. Go ahead.
okay, it removed a lot of the stress around this need that is out there, to the need to be perfect, the need to do things the way that someone else is telling you to do, not
Yeah, but
knowing.
that's why I don't think it's yes, that could be, but I think it's in life right now. Everybody is concerned about them and their health, not
Yeah,
nobody else's, especially since 2020. So for you to be still thinking about somebody else and what they're doing, we had to be in a cave. Right now, we are concerned most of the time about our life, our health, and who's around us, our circle, and stuff like that. So right now, you should be relentless and ruthless about you and your well-being more than ever before. So you plan ahead for you, nobody else, you.
yeah,
Because by you loving you first, you'll be able to love somebody else as well. And that's how I look at it. So you plan ahead for you, transform you, so in return you could be the best version of you. And that's in a nutshell. However, before we go, we was getting a lot of comments and people asking um, about what exactly Danny was talking about, how we
yeah,
could
yeah.
share
We were
certain
saying
things with
like
them, and
we
so
were
talk about
talking.
that quickly.
Yeah, we were talking about this, that yeah, like some of you reached out and said, hey, how can we do this? Because there's one thing, and I want to ask you, like, okay, you watch the video, you get the ideas of the points, you get the tips, and you get the tricks, and you get the secrets exposed, and then did you really do the work? Like, did you really start eating slowly 5 days ago and then move on to the level of this, like, differentiate between hunger and appetite? So, did you really start thinking about putting this nutritional skills in practice, or do you still think that they are a little too, simple to be given a little bit of attention? And that's why we were thinking of giving you an opportunity to be and practice these skills with us, and because changing and starting off something is, it's difficult and it's overwhelming, especially when you think that you're going to receive like a meal plan, and okay, now you go and you have everything. But it's not that. It's that the way that the change process and the behavior change happen is then when you go through the messy part of life, when you go through like the murky waters, when you go through that, all that little bit of confusion that what is going to happen, is it like difficult, it's overwhelming most of the time. So simply put, just the way that it is, we would love to offer you an opportunity to work together for 4 weeks. So 1 month, give yourself 1 month and see what is going to happen. And during this 1 month, there's going to be something interesting that is going to happen, because you are transforming yourself into like that healthy 2.0 version of yourself, with the best fitness plan, because you have one of the best personal trainer in the United States here, and it's Joel. You have a team of board certified nutrition coaches. I'm the head coach, and we are going really to, guide you towards this 4 weeks where you're going to tackle the habits and the nutritional skills that are needed in order to achieve whatever goal you have. Is it 10 pounds? Is it 50 pounds? Is it 100 pounds? No matter the number of pounds that you have in mind, there's a there's a 6-step process here that will help you to get there. And is You want to know what it is? The six step process includes movement, includes nutrition, includes sleep, include accountability and coaching and a supportive community. So you get all the area of health that are covered, but in a step by step and little by little. There's nothing here, go big or go home. Go big or go home, keep you in a stuck of a situation that you are constantly starting over, seeing some sort of results, and then going back, and then going again and going again. But what if this can go away? If you could learn skills from a behavioral point of view, so that all that become irrelevant. You see how much fun we had, like giving you the tips and the tricks, and because it's the living a healthy life is a fun experience. It is, because there's no deprivation. And yesterday when we talk about adding, is literally one of the like the core pillar of what we do when we do behavior change coaching, as the way that we do, is like keep adding things. Keep adding. Give me one more rep, Jay will tell you. Give me one more rep in order to push you a little further, but you can do this to make yourself proud. Like the bottom of this is like giving you that little bit healthier you, day after day, a little bit healthier, a little bit healthier. Because the truth is, the beauty, and this might be difficult to understand now, but the beauty is not when the scale hit that magic number that you gave yourself. The beauty is the journey, because nothing really going to happen when you see that number, but it's the little things that change and happen while you get there. So when I say the beauty is in the journey, and believe, I mean, I would say like borrow my certainty here. I'm not gonna like borrow, take it. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna hold that certainty for you, because I've been there. I lost a bunch of pounds. Like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna put a picture of my before and after. Although I don't like much before and after, because they don't tell the story that really happened in between. But there's something that there's the magic of you being able to say, you know what? So it took me 30 minutes to finish this meal today. I know what eating slowly means, and I am practicing. It gives me like goosebump, because it feels good. It feels good to get into a birthday party and say, you know what? I'm going to celebrate you. I'm going to drink a glass of wine with you, but then I'm going to go with water. And it feels good to be able to say yes to water and yes to wine. So, what we are giving you for 4 weeks and probably beyond of that is building little by little the certainty that you can do it. Of course, with us by your side. As I say, and Jay always hear me saying that health coaching is like the service dog to a blind person. The blind person know where she wants to go or he wants to go, but the service dog is there by their side, so making sure that they get to the destination, navigating the roadblocks, navigating the beauty of life that happen with and comes with wonderful daily surprises, right? So what is going to happen in this 4 weeks is something that is so for you. There's nothing prepackaged or nothing already built there that you go and download, but it's something that's built around you because you are so unique and so beautifully you that it can be something copy and paste. It can be something, okay, get this download and follow, or they say that this is the protocol to follow. No, it's something that is for you, only you. So that's, I think that's all I got. And in explaining this next 4 weeks, we give it like a nice name to it. We call it the 4 week health reset. Why the word reset is because we kind of like really toss that diet mentality out of the window, and we are going to add on to more to the life that you're already living, like bringing back the beauty of learning skills so that you have skills for life. And probably some of you in a month from now will say, you know what? I don't want to work with you, Joel and Danny, anymore because I hit my goal. And so that's also one of our belief and core values, that we don't want client to stay with us forever, because we want them to get to the goal and then leave us, and so that they can go ahead. But we have equipped you with all you need and all a big toolbox with all the tools that you need when you need them the most. That's why we often say we give you what you want, but also what you need. Because it's not like, going back to it, you have so much, you will learn so much, and you will practice so much. And then you have everything. It's like, yeah, you have all the tools, and we give you like back the key of the castle with all the furnitures inside and everything, so that you can go ahead on your own. And that's what this 4 week health reset is all about, and why we use the word reset, because really tossing out what you have known or you thought it was the way, but teach you like the new way. And the new way is like giving the, I would say, like, I think I should repeat the word teaching, like equipping you with the skills. Yeah. So if you're up for it, Joa probably is gonna drop the link, and you can go and read more about what all the features and all the things that you're gonna get. And if you have any questions, if you wanna, talk about it, or if you something that is not clear there, and then you wanna get more explanation, I mean, hit the message and talk to either Joel and I. Talk to Joel, and he know perfectly what it's all about. But my, I think I'm gonna wrap up this by saying that I cannot wait to be, by your side and see what this next 4 weeks together are going to bring and unfold. And I can't wait. And so, Jay, if you want to drop the link later or now, you can do it.
Yes,
And
we'll drop the link in the description, and you could actually go and check it out. Again, today we just going to give you an insight of what it's all about. We'll talk more about it as the days come by. And look out for that. I'll see you tomorrow. Same time. You'll see you tomorrow morning at 8:30 in the morning. So if
Yes.
you could come and catch us on that breakfast bite where we give you just that nugget to take you throughout the day, come join us. And then I see you again at 6 in the evening where we continue to share with you different nutrition secret expose. Guys, thank you for joining me and staying along with me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Stay fit and healthy.